Now, this week's Look at Landscaping with your WSAZ lawn and landscape expert.
Hi, I'm Michael Payne with Brown Landscape Management, and today I'd like to talk to you about your lawn and landscapes with funguses and disease you may be noticing. I'm sure you've heard April showers brings May flowers. A lot of showers also brings funguses to your lawn. If you've been on your lawn and you've noticed some round circular spots that may be brown or like a pinkish color, thread-like, you may be dealing with something called red thread. It is very common this time of the year, especially with the current weather conditions we've had. What that is caused by the prolonged moisture that sits into your soil. It's unable to evaporate, so it sits in your lawn and builds a fungus. A few things that will help with red thread is a higher nitrogen-based fertilizer, which is the first number on the bag of fertilizer. Another thing you can do is a fungicide. There are liquid fungicides and granular fungicides that you can find at any local store. With red thread, it's all based on the weather. As soon as the weather dries up and the temperatures rise, you will notice that to start go away in your lawn. But if you need to do a quick fix, I highly recommend doing a liquid or granular fungicide application. Another thing we're noticing are mushrooms in your lawn. Mushrooms are caused by the same thing that causes red thread. Anytime we have a lot of moisture or dampness in the air and it doesn't get warm enough or sunny enough for that to evaporate, funguses start to come up. The only positive to mushrooms is it lets you know that your lawn has a lot of good organic material, and what those mushrooms do, they try to break down the organic material to make your soil more productive. A few ways to help reduce the population of mushrooms are, if you've previously had a stump or tree or anything removed, make sure you have that grounded out so it's no longer in your soil, because over time that will decay and hold moisture, and that is a breeding ground for mushrooms. A couple other ways to help reduce this from happening is to increase the amount of sunlight that your lawn gets, which is reducing your shade. Sometimes that means trimming your plants, limbing up your trees, anything that you can do to allow more sunlight to touch your soil. Another way to help is actually to clean up after your animals. There's a lot of organic material in that goes into the soil. And another thing with the animals is 99% of the mushrooms that pop up in the soil are actually non-toxic for animals. So if you're noticing some of that stuff in your lawn, you may actually be noticing on your plants. A lot of plants are planted pretty close to your house, so don't get as much sunlight as what the lawn may receive. There are products on the market which is actually a fungicide that helps with the funguses, an insecticide that may help with insects that you're having, and a miticide which helps with those little red mites on your plants. It's an all-purpose. I highly recommend it. You hook it up to your hose or you can spray it, whichever you prefer, but that helps with all three issues that you may be having with your lawn and landscape. If you have any questions about anything I spoke about today, feel free to scan this QR code or give our office a call at 606-928-0030. As always, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Friday.